everyone, I'm here with a little video of my top 5 nurturing oracle decks. Now, of course, as I'm sure you're all aware, everything's gone kind of like crazy in the world, and a lot of us are stuck at home. It's a time that can be really fearful depending where you are in the world. So I thought I would pull out my top 5 nurturing decks because I think at a time like this, many of us just need a hug from the universe. And so I thought, what decks do I feel like really just give me that hug that I sometimes need from the universe to tell me that things will be okay. Or if they're not going to be okay, they at least tell me like, hey, here's what you can do. So I'm going to go through my decks here. There are, I have lots of decks I find nurturing, but these 5 in particular, I thought about, and let me know as well what your nurturing decks are. I would really love to hear that. So the first deck I'm going to talk about is one you've probably seen me talk about before. It is my daily draw deck, and it is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. I love this deck. I love animal decks. I love animals anyway. Who doesn't? But I've always, kind of watched to see what kind of animals around, and have noticed, I just love watching for animals, and I've always seen, like, if I see an animal, I don't usually see it's like a sign or whatever. So having an animal deck is really nice. I use it every day, daily draw. You can see Badger is my card for the day. I like that she has a lot of animals in here that you don't often see in animal decks, like eels, for example, or wasps. Someone's got a beaver in it, like really cute, Some of the artwork too is really nice. I don't care for some of them have little crowns or hats or things. I'm not so keen on that, but in general, I really love the artwork. And I like that there's such a variety of animals in here. Just really beautiful colors. And I find that it gives me like a really nice little touchstone for the day. The message I find is always really relevant and really nice. That was my card yesterday, the starfish. We've got a bee spirit little guy here. Got a wolf. A beautiful flamingo. We've got a skunk. Like, it's just like the cards are really beautiful. The animals are adorable. And it just gives really lovely, heartfelt messages. So I've been using it actually for the past 2 years as my daily draw deck. And I've, since it came out really, and I've been really loving it and enjoying it. So that's one of my decks. The next deck that I have here is, I actually was using this as the Oracle deck for the month, and I'm finding that with everything going on, it actually has given me some really lovely messages. And if you've been following me on Instagram or Facebook, you've seen some of those as well. And that's the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. First of all, again, it's really beautiful. It's very nostalgic. It's, a lot of the stuff, pictures are from postcards from the late Victorian, the Edwardian, and some from the 1920s. And, I can't help but think, the last time the world really went through something like this was 1918 during the Spanish flu. And so these cards are really kind of apt, for that time. So, again, the cards are beautiful. They're collage based, and they just give these really nice messages that aren't fluffy. Like, it's not about fluffiness where it's like, oh, everything's going to be fine and rainbows and unicorns, which I don't think is going to help us during this time. But it gives you these really lovely messages about caring for yourself, and also perspective as well. About finding beauty even when things are difficult. So balance. You have your peace, trying to be at peace. Truth, looking at the truth of things. Purity, making sure our intentions are good. Intuition, this one's gorgeous. Following our intuition. Kindred spirits, so like connecting with friends. All the things that I think are really relevant for this time. And of course, the cards are really gorgeous as well. I love this deck so much. My next deck on here is a kind Kyle Gray one, Keepers of the Light. So this one has all sorts of deities in here, everything from ascended masters to saints to gods and goddesses. And again, it is beautiful and is like a nice divine hug from the universe. You can see I have back here one of the cards. This is Mother Mary. So yeah, so it has like Joan of Arc in here. So, and you know, Joan of Arc is interesting. She lived through a pretty difficult time. You know, so it gives you, it's sort of like a little nudge from the universe. It's like, hey, we're here for you. There's people on the other side supporting you. Got Bridget there. What's another good one here? There's lots of sort of ascended masters here. Got here Faith. We have Hope. It's also like a culturally diverse deck, which I kind of like. It's got Mercury. So you can see it's like got, you know, lots of, Horus. Lots of deities and people from all sorts of different backgrounds and cultures, which is really, really nice to see. And I just find this is like a cosmic hug sort of deck. And also gold gilding people, like so nice. So yeah, so I've been finding that deck also very, very nice and helpful during this time. Next on my list is another Colette Baron Reed deck, and that is the Goddess Power Oracle. There we go. Again, beautiful artwork on this. And this is also kind of a divine cosmic hug, but more from the feminine side. The Kyle Gray one is I think a good balance between masculine and feminine. Got Aaron Rod here, just a little washed out. There we go. Got Hera, love Hera. It's beautiful. And sort of reminding you of your inner feminine strength if you're female. Well, I mean, men have a feminine side too. So, you know, the divine feminine, the connection with the divine feminine, I think is really cool here. Got Rhea. Got Hecate, the in-between. Kuan Yin, Compassion. And I think it's, you know, during a time like this, I always find like it's a good time to connect with your spirituality, especially when things are kind of beyond our control anyway. You know, all we can do is the best we can. So having like a nice, any of my God or Goddess decks I've found really helpful during this kind of time. And then last but not least, I've also included the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Her decks, too, are all very healing, I find. They're very focused on healing. And this one is probably my favorite. This can sometimes be not so much of the cosmic hug, but a little bit more of a little cosmic kick in the bum sometimes. But sometimes we need that. I'm still including this on my list just because I do find this deck very, very nurturing. And reminding you that you are strong and that you are a warrior and a rebel and that you can do this, that you've got this, even if it's tricky, even if it's tough, even if there's all sorts of crazy things happening around you. It's just a really lovely deck. So we have like big, bold vision. So thinking of the big vision that you have. Dream a beautiful dream, even if things are crazy now, thinking about what you want for the future. She feels, she knows, you know, listening to that deep intuition. Release the dark wound. It's just very, very like deeply healing, like really speaks on a soul type level. Oh, some other beautiful ones. They're all beautiful, but I'm just picking out. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Go after what you want. In the world, but not of the world, which I think message we could all use right now. Inner trust. I think that's something we're all going to have to develop. It's a very, very interesting deck. It is, to me, it's like a really deep. Not saying that the others aren't, but something like the Goddess Power or the Kyle Gray one, Keepers of the Light, to me is more like upper chakra level, like connecting to the divine. And this is very root chakra. This is like connecting you to the earth and what you need to do to get through this, and your inner warrior, and how you can, what you can do to kind of make it through a tough time like this. So those are my top 5 nurturing decks. Let me know what your favorite nurturing oracle decks are. What are you using right now? What do you feel like is helping you get through this time right now? I've put everything except tarot boxes on my Etsy shop at 50% off till the end of March, just because this is a crazy time, and I know that people are under a lot of like pressure and stuff, but I also know people are asking for readings too. So everything's 50% off till the end of March, and I may continue it on into April if things continue on like this. We shall see, but check it out if you want a private reading. Otherwise, I hope you are staying safe and sane and well, and keeping your spirits up and things. And let me know how you're doing as well. Just drop a line and let me know. And I wish you all lots and lots of love, and I will see you on the next time. Stay well, my friends.